Hi, my name's Amber and this is my audience. What comes to your mind when you hear the word pit bull? Is it vicious attack dog or goofy family dog with a wiggly butt and a bully smile? I would like to explain why pit bulls are one of the most misunderstood breeds of dogs there are, and how they got such a bad reputation and why irresponsible owners are to blame. Pit bulls were brought to the U.S. in the 19th century. They were a combination of English and Irish stock, Old English Terriers crossed with bulldogs, to increase prey drive, a smaller size, and make them more agile. Once in the U.S., pit bulls excelled as cattle dogs. At this time, the majority of pit bulls were not fought. Many earned their keep as herders, hunters, guardians, and companions. Ease of training and predisposition to interact well with humans was essential for all their traditional jobs. By the 1900s, pit bulls were known to be loyal, courageous, a great companion for adults or children, and became in many places known as nanny dogs. Pit bulls are not just one breed of dog. The term pit was given to the breed because the fighting dogs were fought in pits, thus pit. The term bull was given from its bulldog background. Many breeds of dogs fall under the term pit bull. The American Staffordshire Terrier, Staffordshire Bull Terrier, American Pit Bull Terrier, American Bulldog, Cane Corso, and Dogo Argentino, but there are many more. The term pit bull is based off appearance and not just breeds. Any dog that is a balanced dog with great strength for its size, noticeably muscular, with a broad skull, and very pronounced cheek muscles, a distinct jaw, and a deep broad chest can be considered a pit bull. During the 20th century, pit bulls were the closest thing the U.S. had to a national dog. They were used in many places as mascots and in advertisements. But all that changed in 1980. Although dogfighting had been around years before 1980, the 80s became the time where people's view on pit bulls changed. Dogfighting's popularity grew throughout the 80s. Pit bulls were used as fighting dogs because of how strong, athletic, and loyal they were. Dogs were illegally fought in remote locations, underground, in buildings or basements, or secluded areas where the dogfighters would not be caught. Two dogs would be placed in a pit, which is a wooden square area with carpeted floor. Handlers then take their dogs to a corner opposite of each other. When the dogs are released, they charge and attack one another, sometimes resulting in major injury or death. Bets are placed on the dogs, and thousands of dollars are made in exchange in this illegal sport. Dogfighting became more common in crime-ridden areas. Fighters would also be involved in drug dealing, gun violence, and racial tension, and other criminal acts. Pit bulls were used as aggressive guard dogs to keep drugs and other illegal paraphernalia safe from outsiders and law enforcement. Drug dealers and other irresponsible dog owners began training these dogs to be aggressive towards humans, not themselves. With the rising rate of crime, the rising rate of mistreated pit bulls also grew. When these dogs would get loose, they would attack or even kill innocent people because they were taught to be aggressive. More and more bite cases and attacks and fatalities were resulting. Breed bans were put into place, making it illegal to own or even house a pit bull breed in certain towns or areas. Pit bulls then became known as aggressive or killers. Although pit bulls are known to many as fighting dogs, many pit bulls today are shedding positive light and excelling as therapy dogs, service dogs, search and rescue dogs, drug dogs, agility, and frisbee dogs. Some pit bull myths are that pit bulls can lock their jaws. Pit bulls do not actually lock their jaws. These breeds of dogs simply have incredible jaw strength and jaw structure that allows them to hold and not let go. Pitbulls use a grab, hold, and shake technique. That is why pitbull attacks have more extensive injuries. All pitbull used in dog fighting rings are vicious and cannot be placed in a home or setting with other animals. That is untrue. Dogs used in fighting rings have to be able to be handled. If a dog shows aggression towards a handler, the dog will most likely be killed or never bred. In a fighting pit, a handler must be able to get in the pit with the dogs, even in the middle of a fight, to separate or treat wounded animals. This made pit bulls more loyal to the handler. Some positive pit bull facts. Helen Keller, Laura Ingalls Wilder, and President Theodore Roosevelt all owned pit bulls. Pit bulls are the only breed of dog to grace Life magazine 3 times. Pit bulls also became movie stars and on TV. Petey played in The Little Rascals. Chance played in Homeward Bound. Isabu is Rachel Ray's own dog that she uses for her dog food commercials. Bullseye, Target, the store's mascot, and Spuds McKindy was a Bud Light commercials dog, and there's many more. Pit bulls also made history. Sergeant Stubby was the most decorated war dog of World War I. He was the only dog to be promoted to sergeant. He served 18 months and in 17 battles. He served his regiment from surprise mustard gas attacks and found and comforted the wounded. He also caught a German spy and made the front page of every major newspaper in the U.S. In 1903, a pit bull named Bud was the first dog to travel across the United States by automobile. He wore goggles the whole way. This year, a pit bull named Ellie was named Hero Dog of the Year by the American Humane Association. She is a therapy dog. Pit bulls are a misunderstood breed that has more often than not fallen into the wrong hands, which resulted in many negative situations, which then gave the once loved family dog a bad reputation. When placed in responsible homes, these dogs can become some of the best family dogs. They love children, they can get along fine with other animals, and they can just be a typical dog.